All right. I'm going to go ahead and record this because I feel like I'm going to forget about it later. So let's jump into this. I'm not even going to say who influenced this video. I'm just going to give my opinions on this, because I think it's important. I don't think the U.S. can build a bulwark against China. I think the U.S. has burned a lot of bridges. And yeah, people may come back and may give lip service, but I think overall, the respect for the U.S. on the international stage has gone kablooey. I think we see Europe getting ready for another internal struggle. We see, of course, France potentially becoming more anti-Muslim. We're going to see, Germany kind of, I think, get closer to Russia in some cases. We're going to see, Hungary and Poland kind of just holding out, I guess. Spain. I mean, there's not really much to say about Spain. I think Spain will just kind of drift along. I think. I don't know. I mean, the UK. I mean, I guess you can call them European. They there's a meme of the UK joined the EU or joined the the common market just to try to break it up. That's the whole that's from that BBC show. But anywho, moving on from Europe though, New Zealand, of course, has broken from the Five Eyes program. And they are going to potentially work with China instead. This leaves the U.S. isolated, naturally, because of its own arrogance and its own kind of just, well, we don't know what to do. Like I say, I hear all this coping from neocons, like, yeah, just bomb people. It's like, you can keep bombing people all you want to, but the thing is, though, eventually they're just going to send, nuclear missiles our way. The thing is that there's not much, at least in the foreseeable future, of the U.S. winning against China. I know people can talk about the issue of demographics in China. There's a lot of old folks. There's not many young folks. But I think that, like I said, it will come close. I do. But on a larger issue, building this bulwark, we've seen, U.S. mainstays that have always been around, that have always needed the U.S. Countries like Colombia are switching over. Brazil is becoming more into the Chinese zone. Israel as well. And of course, I know people use that as a meme to say, but like I say, I do think that China plays both sides, and they do it for their own common interest. That's how geopolitics works. But they are the new, well, actually, no, they're not the new kid on the block. I was going to say, no. China is simply, I'm going to stick with what I've always said. China is returning to tradition. They are returning to a world power that they always were, from the very beginning, from the Qin dynasty. And notice I said Qin, Qin, the Qin dynasty. The reason why China is called China is because it comes from Qin, Zhongguo, as you would say in Chinese, but yeah. So I really don't see the U.S. having many allies. Yeah, the U.S. and Canada will be there. Mexico, of course, have such a horrible record with them because, yeah, we have been so awful to Mexican migrants, this and that. I'm not gonna go to SJW, but I think that Yeah, it's pretty bad. And of course, the anti-Asian sentiment continues to be a factor in promoting this image that, yeah, the U.S. is just racist, this and that. So, and people see it as, and countries see China as a better alternative. Will China be better off? I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. We'll have to see how that works out. But yeah, just kind of we're seeing how these things work out, and it's not pretty. It is what it is to me. The U.S., like I say, does have, I'll put it this way. The U.S. is more outright with its racism. China is slightly more polite about it, or at least it's not as well seen. It's like, does racism exist in China? Absolutely. I remember that there's a part of Guangzhou. Guangzhou was called Chocolate City. So yeah, like I say, when African migrants come to China, they're not treated that well. But they support, Han supremacy, this and that. It is what it is, right? Maybe I'm getting somewhat hypocritical here when I say this, but China's returning to tradition, and I think we just have to be aware of that. Yeah, that's all I can really say. Hopefully, y'all enjoy that. See you later, and a goodbye.